If you think Avant's life is just smooth R&B tracks and love ballads, you're in for a ride. Avant, the Cleveland-born crooner, stole hearts with his sultry voice and hits like Separated and My First Love. But behind the success are stories of hardships, career challenges, and personal battles that paint a vivid picture of his rise to stardom. A humble start in Cleveland, born on April 26, 1978, in Cleveland, Ohio, Myron Lavelle Avant grew up far from the glamour associated with R&B royalty. Raised by his mother, Alberta, who worked at a phone company, Avant lived in a house he described as the ghetto Brady Bunch with 3 brothers and 3 sisters. My mom was amazing, Avant recalls. Even with 6 kids, she made sure we never felt like we were missing anything. Avant's father was incarcerated when he was just 12 years old, a life-altering event that left his mother to raise the family alone. Despite the challenges, music was always a source of comfort. I found my voice at church when I was 4 years old, Avant shared. His home was often filled with the soulful sounds of rehearsals thanks to his uncle and grandfather, who were both singers. Musical influences and early aspirations. Avant's musical inspirations were legends like Sam Cooke, Johnny Taylor, and the Levert family, icons of R&B and soul. I remember hearing Babyface's Whip Appeal album and thinking, this is it. This is what I want to do, he said. Avant initially dreamt of being an athlete, but shifted gears after realizing his height wasn't on his side. By high school, his focus was squarely on music, performing in a trio called The Fellas at local talent shows. The turning point came when Avant heard his recorded voice for the first time. Hearing myself in a studio was magical. That was the moment I knew this was my calling. Solo beginnings and a career breakthrough. Avant's journey to solo success began when his girlfriend's uncle, who owned a recording studio, recognized his talent. He told me, "You don't need a group, you're the star," Avant shared. That encouragement set the stage for his solo career. Avant's big break came when Eric Payton, R. Kelly's manager, heard his demo. Eric invited him to Chicago, and though Avant was hesitant, the move was life-changing. His song Separated became a local sensation, receiving massive airplay on Chicago radio stations, Heartbreak, and hit songs. Right as Avant's career began to take off, his personal life hit a rough patch. A breakup with his girlfriend turned out to be a blessing in disguise. Avant channeled his emotions into music, crafting heartfelt lyrics that resonated deeply with fans. It was the best heartbreak ever, he admitted, as it fueled some of his most iconic songs. The rise of a star, Avant's debut album, My Thoughts, 2000, was an instant hit. Tracks like Separated and My First Love, featuring Keke Wyatt, dominated the charts, solidifying his place as an R&B heavyweight. When MCA Records executives heard his tracks, they connected him with Magic Johnson, who had recently launched a music label. Magic immediately saw Avant's potential, calling him a superstar and signing him as the first artist on the label. Battles and comparisons. Despite his growing success, Avant faced criticism. He was often compared to R. Kelly, with some calling him an imitator. I appreciated the comparisons, Avant said, but I had to prove I was my own artist. I'm from Cleveland, and I'm a hard worker. That's how I stayed in the game. Avant also faced challenges with his record label. His second album, Ecstasy, 2002, was delayed because MCA didn't believe it had any hits. Avant proved them wrong when he bypassed the label and sent Making Good Love directly to radio stations. The song became a fan favorite, forcing MCA to release the album. Navigating industry challenges. The music industry was not always kind to Avant. By his third album, Private Room, 2003, Magic Johnson's label was struggling, and MCA Records was faltering after being acquired by Geffen. Despite the instability, Avant managed to score another hit with Read Your Mind, showing his resilience and ability to adapt. Avant's career involved numerous label changes, each requiring him to rebuild his momentum. In 2010, he released The Letter under Verve Forecast Records, followed by Face the Music in 2013. His collaborations, especially with Keke Wyatt, continued to captivate fans. Health scares and rumors. In 2019, rumors circulated that Avant had lupus and was critically ill. Fans feared the worst, but Avant later debunked the rumors, proving his resilience once again. Legacy and staying true to R&B. With a career spanning over 2 decades, Avant's dedication to authentic R&B has never wavered. Trends come and go, but I've always stayed true to my sound, he said. Myron Lavelle Avant, commonly known as Avant, is an American R&B singer and songwriter. He is best known for hits such as Separated, My First Love, and Read Your Mind. The youngest of 6, Myron Avant was born on April 26, 1978, in Cleveland, Ohio. As a child, he watched his mother sacrifice and struggle to provide the best for her children. She encouraged Avant to develop his musical gifts and play classic R&B artists like Smokey Robinson, The Supremes, and Marvin Gaye, who later influenced his creative direction. At 14, Avant began writing his own songs. After graduating high school, he worked a few factory jobs while still holding on to his dreams of music industry success. Avant's first success came in 1998 when he made his professional debut with the independent release of his first single, Separated, which is based on his feelings following a failed romantic relationship. Radio stations embraced the song, and the resulting buzz helped him land a deal at the now-defunct label Magic Johnson Music. His debut album, My Thoughts, was released by MCA Records in 2000 and has sold more than 1.3 million copies in the United States and 4.4 million worldwide. The release of My Thoughts also provided a second wind of publicity for Separated, which went on to top the Billboard R&B/hip-hop chart. The album also features a duet with the 1983 Renee and Angela classic, My First Love. Avant's version with R&B singer Keke Wyatt was a sophisticated cut that cracked the top 5 and helped boost Wyatt's career. In 2002, Avant released Ecstasy, bolstered by the single Making Good Love, which marked Avant's third top 10 hit. He followed up in 2003 with Private Room. It peaked at number 4 on Billboard's R&B/hip-hop albums chart, and the single Read Your Mind peaked at number 13 on the Hot 100. Director was issued in 2006, soaring to number 1 on the R&B/hip-hop albums chart and number 4 on the Billboard 200. Its 3 singles did not perform as well, none cracked the top 40. To keep the momentum going, Avant was released in 2008 and The Letter was released in 2010. Although both albums were successful, they failed to produce hits. He issued Face the Music in 2013, in which he reunited with Keke Wyatt in the song You and I. In September 2015, Avant released his 8th album, The Z Date, proving that he is an industry survivor. Although successful, the singer has had to contend with the critical backlash that much of his style is borrowed from other R&B crooners, particularly R. Kelly. Though Avant's music was unquestionably well received, even he acknowledges that his musical gifts were not properly showcased in his earlier work. One thing that does separate him from others is that his lyrics leave much to the listener's imagination, while some artists take a more graphic route. Unlike fellow artists who emerged during an era when R&B content was outdated, dirty, or heavily influenced by pop, Avant never fell into one specific classification. His talent and dedication to churning out quality music have kept him relevant. Avant is a 42-year-old R&B singer-songwriter from Cleveland, Ohio. His real name is Myron Avant, and he has been creating music since 1998. Avant is best known for his debut album, My Thoughts, which sold over 1 million copies and earned him a nomination at the Soul Train Awards. Avant has released 7 studio albums throughout his career and has collaborated with some of the biggest names in the music industry, including Lil Wayne, Keke Wyatt, and Nicole Scherzinger. In 2020, he was featured in the song Don't Take Your Love Away by rapper Rick Ross. He has also appeared on reality TV shows such as The Real Housewives of Atlanta and Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Before becoming a successful artist, Avant worked multiple jobs to support his family. His mother suffered from drug addiction, and his father was sent to prison when he was only 12 years old. Despite these hardships, Avant was able to persevere and create a successful career in music. He has used his platform to spread awareness about the importance of education and to encourage others to follow their dreams. Avant's legacy will live on forever through his music. He has inspired millions of people around the world with his uplifting lyrics and story of overcoming adversity. His impressive discography is sure to be remembered for years to come.